Anime merch, the one thing that every weeb loves to spend their life savings on. No, but really, I do own a lot of anime merch, I would say, or at least a pretty decent amount, but I would like to think I haven't spent my life savings on it. But I thought it'd be a fun little video and something different than what I normally do to just showcase all of it really quick. Just a big disclaimer though, this video is going to be low quality, probably at least compared to what I normally do, as in my voice is going to sound a bit weird. The camera may shake a bit. I really hope, but I'm kind of scared that there might be like breathing in it at times too, because I decided it was smart to talk for like 10 minutes straight without stopping and taking a break. But regardless, I hope it's an interesting video, because again, it's something different than what I normally do, so I'm not going to waste any more time. Again, I apologize if it's really crappy quality, but I hope it's worth your time and hope it's enjoyable. I'll catch back up with everyone at the end of the video, but let's get into the video. You may be wondering, why are you just staring at a roof? Well, you're actually staring at the roof above my big anime shelf, which I'm about to show you from top to bottom. I'm apologize in advance. Again, if this video feels weird or anything, it's because I'm using my phone to record, because I don't have a fancy camera by any means. So let's get into this. Hopefully this video is not bad. So we're gonna start off with my little top shelf here. It's basically just a little mini plushie shelf. I don't know why it's not really that mini. And I guess I'll go through them. So, well, obviously you have Toru here from Dragon Maid. I'm gonna assume most of you probably know who she is. Maybe you can kind of get a little better look at that. I mean, I can pick her up even too if I really want to. It's just hard because I have a hand on the camera. But yeah, you have Toru from Dragon Maid. I got that basically 2 years ago at the convention in anime. Oh my god, the convention in New York. I said anime because it's called Anime NYC. That's where I actually got these three as well, or actually the rest of these, but these three four I all got this past year. And unfortunately, I would have got a bigger Memcho, but for some reason they didn't have a big Memcho, they only had a mini one, so Memcho's little, but they're really cute. Also, I noticed that they're in like some sort of, I don't know, idle looking outfit, but she's just in a school uniform, or I don't know. Regardless, when I saw them, I had to get them. I mean, they're tiny, so they weren't that expensive or anything crazy. And then this last one we have is Kisada from an anime called Engage Kiss, which is a very random anime that I watched for some reason. And I'm shocked I even was able to find this, because it's not a popular series. Like, I literally don't think I saw another single bit of Engage Kiss merch whatsoever at this convention, but I somehow found this, so I was like, I have to grab it. So that's basically my first shelf, and my next shelf is basically my first themed shelf, and by that I mean the whole shelf is the same thing. So if we go down, we have the Yuru Camp shelf. Woo, exciting, I know. So essentially, I mean, it's just all 5 of the main girls. Unfortunately, they're not really all part of the same set. I'm not sure if Ina, Oi, and Chiaki are the same set. They might be. Actually, they might be, because they all have like the little kind of base with just a little Yuru Camp logo, so I think they're part of the same set, but Rin and Nadeshiko here aren't, unfortunately. But I mean, there's not much to say about them. They're all just kind of in a pose. I mean, a common thing you'll notice with a lot of these figures that I own is a lot of them are pretty relatively good quality, because I have a bad habit of spending a little bit more to get good quality figures. So yeah, and I also apologize for the weird shade, like shadow coming from the side. My one light burned out in my room, and it's not that bright, so I'm using my desk light from across the room, and it's casting kind of a shadow from the side. But yeah, I'll kind of go through them closer. But you got little Chikua there too, which is really cute. You got Oi with like some food or something. Oh, yeah, and she has a sleeping bag or something. Rin with her scooter, moped, whatever it's called, obviously. I definitely did not overspend from this figure, but it's Rin, I had to. The Deshiko here, obviously, again, you can tell it's a little bit different than the other ones, and especially because the base is different, but it's cute regardless. She's all decked out in her little camping gear. And then you have Chiaki as well, with a little fire pit, and she also has like a sleeping bag of some sorts. So yeah, I'm not going to go too in depth because I don't want this video to be an hour long, so let's move on. And going down, we have I'd say mostly themed shelf, but not completely. We have the Dragon Maid shelf, kind of. And then a few little things over here too. So disclaimer right away before someone says anything about this, I am not a Gundam fan or anything. When I went to the anime convention in 2022, I attended a little Gundam event thingy, and we got to make a little Gundam and bring it home with us. So that's why it's here. Sorry, disclaimer, I'm not a Gundam fan, at least not yet, so don't take anything from that. But everything else here I am a fan of, so. And if you don't know this, this is a Dango plush from Clannad, because it's another one of my favorite series. Usually I argue between Clannad and Eurocamp, honestly, for being my favorite anime of all time. It kind of depends if I'd rather take the cute one or if I'd rather take the emotional one. And then obviously that's just a little Toru tail, although I don't think she has a tail in this figure, unfortunately. I don't think any of, oh no, it kind of does, but the other two don't. So these two figures are actually really cool because I got them technically like a week or two apart, but they're a part of the same set and they actually go together because they can actually come apart like right in the middle here. Again, I could probably show it if I had a steady camera, but I don't want to try to mess with it with only one hand. But I really like these two. I mean, again, they're like pretty high quality looking figures. Honestly, I feel like they even have more going on than these do up here. So I really like them. Like I said, Kana does have her tail, unlike Toru. And then we go to Lulu, which, again, yeah, she exists. Probably one of my most controversial figure purchases, but I mean, I like her as a character a lot, so I don't mind it whatsoever. She's like a fun character. And no, and I mean that genuinely. I don't mean it for any weird reasons. So yeah, yell at me all you want about that, but I personally think, you gotta admit, it's still a good looking figure regardless, so. Moving on is another completely themed shelf, and I just finished this shelf recently, and I think it looks really good. But we have the quintuplets shelf. Now, all 5 of these are a part of the same set too, which is really cool looking. They're all part of like some date style set, which I really like too because it makes it kind of feel like they're themselves. I don't really like getting figures of characters that like it just feels like they're out of personality. Like I really like when their figures match their personality. And I really feel like all 5 of these kind of match their personality as well. And a funny thing too is I didn't realize how big these figures were when I bought them originally, because like looking at them compared to these, you're like, yeah, similar size, right? Well, little did I know, most of these figures up here are 1/7s. These are 1/6s. And the difference between like a 1/10 and a 1/9 might not be big, but the difference between a 1/7 and a 1/6 is actually quite big. So if I even try to grab them quick, I'm going to expose my hand quick. Oh my god. Yeah, like they don't look that big down here, right? Look what happens if I would like move Miku next to Toru. Yeah. Or like if I even moved her up here next to like Nadeshiko or something, right? Like, yeah, you can see the size comparison. It's a lot bigger than you think. Okay, I didn't break her, that's good. But yeah, again, all really nice looking figures. I really like all of them. They all came at different times, so for like the last how many months, like every month or two I was getting another one. But yeah, I mean, I think it looks really nice, and obviously I have them ordered too because that just adds to it. So we'll keep moving down because again, I'm already 7 minutes into this. I don't want to take, this is probably going to be a long video. This is another really kind of grab bag shelf. The last two kind of are, or last 3. Well, these are the main things. The thing on the right is actually not technically anime, but you got Utaha from Psychono, and then Shui and Shido from No Game No Life. I guess based off this, you would think Utaha is my favorite from Psychono, but honestly, she isn't. It's definitely Megumi. The only reason I have her and no one else is because I just bought this at the convention in November again. But I definitely need to get the other, well, I need to definitely get Megumi at least, maybe even Eri too, if I want the artist girl. But regardless, this is cool looking. Obviously got all like the floating things and stuff. Okay, sorry for the random cut. I was talking for like 8 minutes straight, needing a breather, but yeah. I was talking about Utaha. I mean, really nice looking figure. And then you got Shui and Shiro here, which please don't attack me for this, because I feel like there's definitely people out there who are going to call me weird for owning this figure of Shui, but again, she's not humanoid. It's fine, I promise. If it was weird, I wouldn't have gotten it, because I don't own any, like, actually, like, explicit, like, bad figures, so. Although some of them can definitely show things at certain angles, which is kind of weird, which is why I'm not going to show Shiro from a certain angle, because of course they had to do that. But no, regardless, these are the first 2 figures I actually ever bought, Shui being the first, Shiro being the second, and I still love them to this day. They're definitely still up there for me. I mean, a lot of the figures I've bought, honestly, I'd rank relatively high, but again, they're both really nice looking, and I mean, their hair is just so, like, their hair is what makes them like such good looking figures. Because if I turn this around without breaking it, just look at that. Like, if I turn them both around without breaking them, like, just look at that. You can't tell me that doesn't just look really cool. Like, the gradient on it is just really cool as well. So I'll leave them like that for now before I break them, but because you saw the front already, but like, I really like those. And in the back corner here, we have a random Levi Pop figure that I'm just hiding behind stuff because why not? I don't care for pop figures much. And then this is just a little VTuber corner. I'm not really a massive VTuber fan, but I kind of follow this one company called Production Kawaii a little bit. And I guess this girl's my favorite out of them. Again, this makes it look like I'm like crazy, but I'm really not. I only really watch them every now and then. Because honestly, half this stuff here I just bought because they were at the convention as well. And a lot of it was really cheap, so yeah. You can look them up if you want. I'm not going to go into too much detail about that. Moving on, this is probably the most random shelf of them all yet. Sorry for the awkward camera angles. I was way too close to the shelf. This is another just random kind of grab bag shelf. It's really, really random. You got Sayu here, which is cool. She's probably my favorite on this shelf, and honestly, I really like her overall. She's probably up there in terms of like my favorite girls. And what I like about this figure too, and also some of the other ones coming up, is that you can actually move her. Like, she's not like stuck to like a thing like that. Like, you could actually see, like, pick her up and kind of move her around, which is really cool, which I like a lot. Then you got Mahiru here from Angel Next Door. And Kaide, these two are really cheap kind of figures, so they're not bad, but they're not great quality, especially compared to like most of these other ones. You got a My figure here, which honestly, I don't know why I spent this much on a My figure. I like Mai, but she's not like my favorite by any means. You got Lena here, another just kind of cheap figure like those two. And then I got a Hestia one, which honestly, Hestia is also like Mai. I don't exactly know why I bought her, because she's not my favorite, but again, it's cool, and she's another one without a base or anything, which is pretty cool. But again, not much to say about that shelf. Going down to the last one then is another kind, it's not that as random. It's just a random girlfriend or a Geiger shelf with a Bochi pillow. Bochi pillow I bought at Anime NYC last year too. So huge shout out to the person who made that. I think it was like Marina or something. And to rent a girlfriend or Geiger stuff. So you're probably wondering, if I can stop shaking the camera, why is Sumi better than all the other ones? Well, first off, Sumi is the best girl, so that's why, but I totally did not break the Sumi's foot off when I got all 4 of them originally, but it gave me an excuse to buy a higher quality Sumi figure, so I'm not complaining because Sumi is the best girl out of them. And I don't even know, I forget where I got a random Sumi keychain from, but yeah, Sumi keychain, because I think I got it when I ordered a figure for some reason. Yeah, and then you got Yui and Yukino here. They're a little bit better quality because they're pop-up parades, which pop-up parades are a little bit more expensive than these, but not like that much, so yeah, they look pretty nice too. And that's basically it for all these shelves, so I'm going to take a quick pause and I'll move on to something else. Okay, there's not much to talk about here. I would just call this the controversial shelf. It's literally just Monogatari, and for some weird reason I decided to buy 2 Eromanga Sensei figures, but they're actually like good quality, so I mean, I'm not complaining about them. Again, yes, you could say some of my figures are slightly weird, but I promise I have nothing like actually bad. So, oh yeah, and you can kind of see my setup over there slightly. So, yeah, these 2 are actually pretty good quality, honestly. I like them. Then you got Shinobu and Hachikuji Moyoi, whatever, here. The Shinobu one I really like. It's really cute. Again, I don't know why the hell they had to put her shoe on the ground. Same thing with her too. But dude, I love Shinobu a lot. Like, I mean, I can even show you too. I actually have a wall scroll of her too. And this one I like too, but this is the prime example of what I meant by feeling out of character, because this figure is good quality, but it just feels really out of character for her, because usually she's like really goofy and stuff, whereas here, like, So, I mean, the figure is good quality. I just wish it wasn't like this. And then these 2 are really cheap figures I bought. This one I really don't like. This Yotsuki one is not bad, but it's not great. But this Nadeko one, that just, You cannot tell me that's Nadeko's face. Like, again, I think it is an actual figure because it looks like they're part of the same set, and the Yotsuki one doesn't look that bad, but, like, yeah, it's very mid. So yeah, there's my little controversial shelf. While I'm on the topic about wall scrolls, I have a Eurocamp one here, which is really cute, and I have a little Shinobu one, not really little, next to it, which is really cute as well. And yeah, I have a little Fox based off Spirit Blossom Ari because I like Ari a lot. And yeah, I guess I'll expose myself. I'm a baseball fan and a Phillies fan too. Yeah, you didn't know that, right? I actually like something outside of anime too. Shocking. But yeah, these are cute. I have other anime arts too, which I'm not going to show all of them because they're not hanging up. And again, I don't want to make this video longer than it already is. So yeah. Okay, so there's really only one more thing to technically show. Everything else I have, like I said, is like the anime arts and stuff that I don't have hanging up. But here we have Arena Nadeshiko plush, because again, I love Eurocamp, and they just look really cute on top of this. And basically, if you're wondering what this is my manga shelf, basically. It's cool. It's a little spinny shelf, so that's actually pretty cool. So I'll just go through the manga I have quickly. I've already shown you all the figures, so sorry if you're looking for more figures. From here on out, it's basically just manga stuff. So, I do have it alphabetized as well. I'm going to try to get my shout out of the way. Again, disclaimer too, for some reason, despite all these manga I own, I haven't read probably like 2/3 to 3/4 of them. But most of them are just based off shows I've seen. Although Kubo is actually the only manga, I probably mentioned in some video at one point, Kubo's the only anime where I actually read the manga before the anime. So, yeah, that's why I have a lot of Kubos, even though I think I'm missing like the two most recent ones or something. Bocchi, of course, even though I haven't read it yet. For some reason, Tonikawa and Kaguya as well. And, oh yeah, Trash Taste tour pin, because I went to see Trash Taste in 2022 when they did their tour, North American tour. They're cool. Check them out if you don't know who they are. Moving down, we have my Eurocamp collection. I have the first 7, even though I haven't really read them either. And I guess you can kind of get spoilers for what's coming up based off these things as well, these little holes. But yeah, Eurocamp, Dragon Maid, and an Oshinoko pin I got from actually Anime NYC in 2022 before Oshinoko aired. So I got that for free. So kind of glad I picked it up now with how good the series was. Moving down, we got some Dress Up Darling, and then for some reason I bought the entire set of Orogairu, despite not having read any of it yet. So yeah, that's cool and all. Now, like I said, we can do a little spinny spin here and go to my next collection. Yeah, sorry for running Girlfriend, because that's probably the first thing you saw. But yeah, I have a few Oshinoko volumes right now. A Random Bunny Girl volume, Random Girlfriend, and I also bought, hi, my fingers. We also bought the Random Girlfriend Shy one, the Sumi one, which I don't know why I haven't read those yet, because I'd probably love them, because I love Sumi a ton. And then for some reason I decided to buy the Quintuplets whole set last year for some reason, and it came with like a few posters, which are there too, which I'm not going to take out now because they're huge, but yeah. And at the bottom I just have the Yumu series, which I only read like the first like 4 of them or something, but it's cute. It's nothing really that crazy though. And then I think lastly we just have these, which I think this is just stuff I got at the convention. These are really cool. I could probably make like a whole video on just these 2 books alone, so I'm not going to go into too much detail on them, but yeah, it's a Bocchi book, and sorry for this, and a Eurocamp book, which are really cool. They're all in Japanese, so that's fun. I guess I have to try to learn Japanese better, because I mean, I know a little bit, but not a ton. But they're really, really cool looking. And then, yeah, this is just Anime NYC stuff. I think that's an Anime NYC booklet, and that's a little thing I got from going to the Oshinoko panel, which was sick. Some random lanyards I got from Anime NYC. And then for some reason, I decided to start collecting the Ami Ami post like cards they give you for some reason, because you get a different one every time, which is really cute. Yeah, I must have ordered 2 things in the same month there. But see, like, you get different things every time. They're really cute. So, and I guess another little random Oshinoko card. But yeah, I think that's actually about all. So if I come up with, if I remember something else, I'll cut to that now. If not, I guess a cut to me who's gonna end the video off. Okay, and there you have it, basically. I mean, that is basically just about everything, and the only things I really didn't show was just a few, anime, like, art prints that I own, and I guess a few shirts as well, technically. Maybe I'll throw them up on screen, maybe I won't, I'm not sure. But again, it's not much. What I showed in this video is probably like 95% of what I own, if not more. But again, hopefully it was enjoyable, although again, I'm sure the video quality was questionable. Just because I thought it'd be interesting and something different to show, and I don't think I have any new things that I'm planning to order at the moment, but when I do order more things in the future, I mean, I could always show them off if that's something interesting. Again, as something different than just anime reviews all the time. But anyways, hope it was enjoyable. I usually don't shout anything out, but I'm just gonna say just because it's mandatory for YouTuber. No, but if you want to, like, you know, subscribe or like or any of that, feel free to. You're not pressured to, and I don't think I've ever shouted out too, but even though I put it in the description of every video, but I do have like a Twitter that I post on regularly, like usually multiple times a day. A Twitch account I almost never use and stuff too. So especially if you want to like keep up with anything I post on the daily, I would definitely say feel free to follow me on Twitter because I use it like a lot. But again, I think that's about all. Hopefully this was an enjoyable video and not too crappy, and I'll catch you all in my next one.